Welcome to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana's Red Tie Gala, presented by McDonald's Restaurants of Kentuckiana. I'm your host for the evening, Haley Minogue, and I am so glad that you are able to join us from home for this great event. Tonight you'll meet some important members of our Ronald McDonald House family and learn more about our mission straight from the families we serve. You're also going to have the opportunity to bid on the silent auction, but more on that a little bit later. For now, we're going to introduce you to the board president, John Bischoff.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 21st Annual Red Tie Gala, presented by McDonald's Restaurants of Kentuckiana. I'm John Bischoff, current president of the Board of Directors, and I'm honored to welcome you here tonight to this incredible event to support the mission of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana. Our Ronald McDonald House is more than just a house. It is a community of compassion, support, and comfort to families with children receiving important medical care at area hospitals. We work hard to ease the financial and emotional burdens of caregivers and to take care of important practical needs so parents can focus entirely on caring for their sick children. It's no secret that the past couple years have been very challenging. We celebrated our grand opening of our newly expanded and renovated house in February of 2020, just before our world shut down for a global pandemic. So that celebration was unfortunately short-lived. But even though we had to implement many changes, including a temporary cease to volunteers, a shift to many staff working from home, and increased health and safety measures, I'm proud to say we never once stopped serving our families. The Board of Directors, staff, and volunteers at our Ronald McDonald House focus on four key values. We put families first, we give our best, we collaborate, and we celebrate. Right now, I'd like to celebrate all of you who are joining us tonight, either in person or virtually, to honor the families we serve at our Ronald McDonald House. We couldn't do this important work without your support of our mission. You are making a difference in the family's life just by being here tonight. I'd also like to celebrate our extraordinary Red Tie Gala sponsors who have given so generously to help our families. And a special thanks to McDonald's Restaurants of Kentuckiana for once again returning as our presenting sponsor. On behalf of the board, staff, and volunteers of the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I hope you enjoy our night of impact to celebrate our mission and to support our families. Enjoy.
When you walk into Ronald McDonald House in Louisville, Kentucky, you quickly realize this is more than a house.
A home-like atmosphere for the families that we serve.
The mission is to provide home and support to keep families together at a most critical time when their children are in the hospital.
You never dream that you're going to be in a situation where you need a place to stay while your children are hospitalized. I never dreamed, 3 years ago that was going to be me.
Ashley Warren gave birth to twins prematurely at 24 weeks.
I was not ready to leave them. They were both in separate NICU rooms, both on ventilators, both with so many cords and IVs, and a lot was going on, and there's no way I could have walked out.
In the middle of the turmoil, Ashley found peace at Ronald McDonald House.
Everything I needed was there.
Ronald McDonald House is a house. It's a really big house. We've got 56 guest rooms and 63,000 square feet.
Families can find the comforts of home in guest rooms, stocked with all the essentials. Kitchens on each floor are also stocked daily. Families can relax in one of Ronald McDonald House's many sitting rooms, and children can have fun in the play areas, both indoors and out.
It's a home for them, that they can come, they don't have to worry about anything, everything's taken care of for them.
You don't have to think of what you have to pack or anything.
Nicole Pendino found support at Ronald McDonald House when her infant son needed a new heart.
As soon as you walk in, they just smile at you. Even when there's uncertainty, you still know there's a stable place for you. There's, a home away from home when you need it. And it's kind of peaceful too, in a way.
Meal times have a special energy when volunteers fill the kitchen, creating a delicious meal with love for families to enjoy together across the hall in the dining room.
There are a lot of things we can't do to help these families, but cooking and serving them is something that we can do and we're glad to do.
It is nourishment for the body, but it's the food for the soul as well.
A hot meal when you're hungry.
I felt the benefits from the Ronald McDonald House.
Rest when you're restless.
They are really making a huge difference.
This is more than a house.
It's home.
Wow, what an amazing impact Ronald McDonald House has on families who need them. You can also make an impact tonight when you bid on the silent auction. The silent auction features some really great items, including Churchill Downs packages, bourbon, local art, event tickets, unique experiences, and much more. If you haven't already started bidding, you can hop on redtiegala22.org now to get those bids in. Bidding's open until midnight, but before we move along, I want to remind you about the signature cocktail recipe from Bean Suntory and dinner that's provided by Chef Travis Hall. If you haven't had a chance to prepare your provisions for tonight, I highly recommend that you hit pause really fast and make yourself one or both of our signature treats. And now that we've satisfied our taste buds, I want to turn things over to the CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Kentuckiana, Hal Headley.
Hi everyone. Let me also welcome you to the 2022 Red Tie Gala, presented by McDonald's Restaurants of Kentuckiana. We're excited to celebrate this evening with our guests joining us in person at the Galt House, but we're equally honored that you're joining us from home. In addition to the major impacts the pandemic has had on our families, volunteers, and staff, we've also had to make major modifications to how we hold events to raise the critical funds we need to deliver our mission. Tonight, for example, we're hosting a live in-person event at the Galt House while also hosting you virtually. We understand the importance of being flexible and allowing our supporters to join us in the way that they are most comfortable. One thing COVID has certainly taught us is the need and the importance of being flexible. So it was important to us that we offer both live and virtual opportunities for everyone to celebrate our mission and programs tonight, and we are thrilled that you've joined us. Earlier tonight, our board president, John Bischoff, mentioned some of the challenges we faced in 2021. In addition to those, like so many of you, we believed the pandemic would be coming to an end last year. Obviously it didn't, and we continue to serve families with limited volunteers and increased cleaning protocols, both of which mean that our expenses to serve families have increased. Additionally, we were not able to offer an in-person component to last year's Red Tie Gala. Tonight, however, we're not focused on our challenges. Instead, we're gathered to celebrate everything we've accomplished over the last 2 years. And we've got a lot to celebrate, including opening the largest expansion in our history in March 2020, growing from 36 to 56 guest rooms. Also, we're proud of the fact that we never stopped serving families throughout the pandemic. In 2021, we more than doubled the number of families we served and room nights provided compared to 2020, saving families over $2.3 million in lodging, food, and parking expenses. Also in 2021, we did not turn one single family away due to occupancy limits. Every family that needed Ronald McDonald House was able to stay with us. For us to continue serving record numbers of families and to deliver our mission on an even larger scale, we need your support tonight. When you bid on our silent auction or make a donation, you're helping us to continue to celebrate and to serve our families. Thank you again for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.
Yes, as Hal mentioned tonight, we're here to ask for your support so we can continue to serve more families than ever at our Ronald McDonald House. Families like the Rushing family from Madisonville, Kentucky. Let's take a moment to hear about the Rushing family's journey that led them to our house.
We are the Rushing family. My husband, Jermonte, myself, Erica, Yasmin, Lynn, and little Allison.
Her birth was already something that would be considered a miracle.
She decided to come out at 23 weeks and a day. And she was born at 1 pound, 3 ounces. So tiny.
Even that moment where she came out, there were some complications. You know, there were worries, there were very scared times.
And in the midst of that, we had to find somewhere to stay because we had no idea. You know, we've never been to Louisville.
We're not wealthy to where we can afford a hotel. You know, we're paying rent, you know, living paycheck to paycheck type deal. My wife and I talked for a minute about trying to get a little apartment, but a full-time student and a mom is just not gonna, that's not gonna work, not here in the city of Louisville.
And the hospital had informed us about the Ronald McDonald House. It was what we needed. And at that time of need, the Lord still provided through everything. This has been our second home, really.
While we were here, everything was taken care of. You know, you didn't have to worry about where your meals were coming from.
I get speechless amongst the help at hand. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to be by our daughter's side.
I wouldn't have had really no option other than to probably drive back and forth from Madisonville on weekends. The Ronald McDonald House has meant so much to us as a unit, simply because we did not have to be separated while going through this time of crisis.
We're thankful that the Ronald McDonald House just opened the door. That's all it took. And ever since then, it has been blessing after blessing.
In a time of crisis, they keep families together and they serve others.
You see the donations at McDonald's, but they don't tell you in detail, you know, really what it's for. It just says Ronald McDonald House Charities. That's it. But to live the experience of it is life-changing.
Here, in this atmosphere, you get a different sense of hope because you're not the only one going through this situation. We were able to meet families and watch children grow and see families leave with their daughters and sons. And it was just like, wow, that's gonna be us one day.
Our journey hasn't ended. She still has appointments here.
Initially, our stay here was 3.5 months. And then we came back for another 1.5 months after Allison had caught RSV. And even now, when she have her pulmonary appointment and her heart appointments, all of those are specialists here in Louisville. So we have to come back out here, and every time that we pick up the phone, we have an appointment out there in Louisville. You know, would you mind if we stay? And I said, yes, absolutely. Come on over. Send over your paperwork.
It's our home away from home. It truly is.
Without this place, a lot of families would be lost. I mean, truly lost. They see what you're going through and they welcome you. And even when you leave, they don't forget you. I can call right now 6 months from now, and whoever's answering that phone, they'll know who my family is. I can never forget this place, you know, and I don't ever want to. You know that they're on your side. Like, the volunteers, the people here, the workers here at the Ronald McDonald House are for you. They're actually for you. I am so grateful for everyone that's been so generous to the Ronald McDonald House, because the truth of the matter is that a lot of people need this during times of trouble. They really do.
Wow, what a moving tribute to a family that has overcome so many challenges. As you can see, Ronald McDonald House is more than just a house for the families who stay with us. It's a sense of community and comfort. It's a warm hug on a dark day. But we can only continue to provide for these families with your help. Now's the time for you to give back to families just like the Rushing family by making a donation. You can use your mobile device just like you did to make your silent auction bids and click on the Give a Donation tab to give your gift now at redtiegala22.org. With your gift tonight, You're giving families like the Rushing family the gift of togetherness during their time of need. We are so grateful for your support of our mission this evening. We're also grateful for the support of our presenting sponsor, McDonald's Restaurants of Kentuckiana, and all of our other sponsors of the Red Tie Gala. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a great evening.